What's up? I'm Rhetoric, and this is how a brief encounter with Miguel, yes, this Miguel, completely changed my life and allowed me to achieve my wildest dreams, and he has absolutely no clue. Let's get into it. So the year is 2010. The style is very obviously Karma Loop clearance section, and back in college I used to either open the show or DJ for any up-and-coming artists that were coming through Virginia, and one of these artists just happened to be Miguel, and at that time Miguel was like the guy on the J. Cole song level Miguel. So I interviewed him after the show. He was one of the nicest people I'd ever met. The interview never came out, and honestly I never thought about it again until fast forward a couple years. I'm down at South by Southwest doing some work with Fader magazine. That's another story for another day, but I was working in the Converse tent where basically I was handing out Converses to any artist that was performing at the Fader Fort. A couple long sweaty days into it, I get a tap on my shoulder. Hey, what are you doing here? I turn around, it's Miguel. Now I hadn't seen him since the show that we did together at my college, but he had massively blown up since then. He actually invited me to his BET show later that night. I go to the show that night, and immediately when I get there, my phone dies, so I can't even text his manager to get in. I'm looking into the venue, just praying to God by some stretch of the imagination I see somebody that I know, and I did. It was my homie Mo Beats, who was in there DJing for Big Sean at the same party. And then the guy that I went with was like, well, what are you doing after this? It's like, I don't know. This was kind of the pinnacle of my night. He was like, well, you should go to this house party with me. It's called the Ilmore, but we have to get there early because it's a really exclusive guest list. Obviously, I said yes, and we get there mega early. I'm talking like no security at the door. Everybody's still setting up the party type early. Now, don't forget, my phone is dead at this point, so my main concern is getting that thing charged. I walk in the party, go into the small room directly to the right, plug her in, and sit down. And as luck may have it, that just so happened to be the VIP room later in the night. I ended up staying there the whole night. I think I went up to see one performance, maybe. There were so many people that came through that I had either DJ'd for or opened up for in Virginia. I hate to use the expression, but this night was the one that rewired my brain chemistry. Why am I going to take an internship at a local news station when opportunities like this are actually attainable? As soon as I get back to school, I send out two emails. First email is to say I don't want to do the internship in Virginia anymore, and the second email is to Fader saying I will do anything to get an unpaid internship in their office over the summer. I got an email back. They said yes. I hopped on Craigslist, found a sublet, moved to New York City within 2 weeks, and that summer did change my life. I ended up working the VIP door at a lot of the Fader parties, which allowed me to meet a ton of people in the music industry. I got my first quote-unquote official DJ gig with my friend Solana. I think we had like 2 shows and they both got canceled. And then later that summer, I met Logic, and the rest is history. So thank you, Miguel, for unknowingly setting this series of events that ended up changing my life dramatically, and for being one of the very, very few genuine people that I met early on in my career that encouraged me to keep it going in this space.